Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is the Reluctant Gringo back again with another video. We all have our favorite Christmas movie. Some of them, we're not sure they're Christmas movies, but we like them just the same. Certainly, my family has 3 or 4 go-to Christmas flicks that get watched every year that have become part of our holiday tradition, and I suspect that ritual is very similar across many households. So in the spirit of the holiday season, and to honor those movies that bring us back to our childhoods or give us a piece of holiday warmth when we need it the most, here is my top 10 list of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. As always, my list is probably different from your list, and I would love to hear about it in the comment section below. I know for a fact that there will be omissions on this list that will cause debate, and the same for some of the entrants. As a quick side note on that, I love the movie Die Hard. However, it does not make this list because despite what I may think on this matter, I must take it from the man Bruce Willis himself that
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie. So a yippee-ki-yay to all of you motherfuckers.
And with that, let's begin. Number 10, Gremlins.
I warned you,
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
My God, Fry. That was Mrs. Deagle.
Written by Chris Columbus and directed by Joe Dante and produced by Steven Spielberg, this 1984 film borders between holiday laugh fest and 80s cheesy horror flick, and it does it perfectly. The story follows the mundane life of Billy Peltzer, a bank employee in Kingston Falls who still lives with his parents. His father Randall is a traveling inventor and salesman, and not a very good one, who one day stumbles upon a Chinese antique store while on the road. He discovers that this store is the home to a unique and exotic being called a mogwai. Refusing to sell the pet, Mr. Peltzer convinces the owner's grandson to do it anyway, and with that, he has the perfect Christmas gift for his son back home. There are, however, 3 rules that accompany the mogwai. 1. Never expose them to light, especially sunlight. 2. Never get them wet. And 3. Never ever, under any circumstances, feed them after midnight. Renaming him Gizmo, Billy inadvertently breaks these rules, leading to a chaotic chain of events. Water causes Gizmo to multiply, spawning mischievous and malevolent creatures known as Gremlins. These Gremlins wreak havoc on the small town of Kingston Falls, causing chaos, destruction, and terror. As the Gremlins continue to multiply and become more destructive, Billy, along with his girlfriend Kate and Gizmo, must find a way to stop the infestation, and led by their leader Stripe, the Gremlins prove to be a formidable menace, taking out citizens, police officers, and a Santa Claus impersonator, sabotaging machinery and vehicles, and even tearing up the local bar. The climax of the story takes place in a department store where the Gremlins have gathered. Billy devises a plan to defeat them by exposing them to bright lights, which they cannot tolerate. But this will prove more difficult than expected, with Stripe hell-bent on destroying the town and especially Gizmo. Gremlins is known for its unique blend of horror and humor, and it enjoys a spot in the pantheon of classic 80s movies, as well as being a unique and irreverent Christmas offering. Number 9, Bad Santa.
Santa will be here real soon, kids, real soon. Oh, no.
Fucking big.
This dark comedy, released in 2003, centers around Willie T. Stokes, played by Billy Bob Thornton, a cynical and degenerate professional thief who, along with his dwarf accomplice Marcus, poses as a department store Santa Claus and his elf during the Christmas season. Willie's Santa gig is not your typical holiday affair, as he uses his position to case department stores and rob them on Christmas Eve with Marcus. While posing as Santa, Willie exhibits a complete lack of holiday spirit, engaging in inappropriate conduct, deviant sexual behavior, heavy drinking, assault, and theft. Things take an unexpected turn when Willie befriends a troubled and neglected boy named Thurman Merman. Despite his rough exterior, Willie develops a strange bond with Thurman, who sees him as a friend and protector. This relationship challenges Willie's cynical outlook on life, as does his budding relationship with Sue, a woman with a sexual fetish for Santa Clauses. As Christmas Eve approaches, Willie's personal life becomes increasingly complicated and conflicted with his actions. The film culminates in a chaotic and darkly comedic heist, blending elements of crime and comedy. Known for its irreverent humor, unconventional take on the holiday season, and Thornton's memorable performance as the anti-hero Santa, this is not a movie for children. This is strictly an adult film that rips apart at the commercialization of the holidays and pokes fun at the numerous Christmas tropes the Western world has invented.
Cause you're an emotional fucking cripple. Your soul is dog shit. Every single fucking thing about you is ugly. Come on, Lois, let's get out of here.
Look who's here, Jimmy. It's Santa.
Oh, fucking great.
Let's tell him what you want for Christmas.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
Are you insane? Management's gonna hear about this.
Think that's a threat? If you think you can make my fucking life any worse, you go right ahead. Be my fucking guest. Take a shot.
Number 8. It's a Wonderful Life.
Hey, Pa?
No, I'm not sure of anything anymore. All I know is this should be Bailey Park. But where are the houses?
You weren't here to build them. Your brother, Harry Bailey, broke through the ice and was drowned at the age of 9.
That's a lie. Harry Bailey went to war. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor. He saved the lives of every man on that transport.
Every man on that transport died. Harry wasn't there to save them because you weren't there to save Harry. You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
This 1946 film, directed by Frank Capra, is an American classic, often on a list of the best 100 films ever made, let alone just Christmas movies. The story revolves around George Bailey, played by James Stewart, a kind and selfless man who, facing financial ruin, contemplates suicide on Christmas Eve. As George is about to jump off a bridge, an angel named Clarence Oddbody intervenes to show him what life in the town of Bedford Falls would have been like if George had never existed. Through a series of flashbacks, we see George's life unfold, his dreams, sacrifices, and the impact he has had on his family and community. In the alternate reality without George, Bedford Falls has become a dark and troubled place. George's brother Harry died because George wasn't there to save him, and the town is now dominated by the ruthless Mr. Potter. George realizes the profound positive influence he's had on others and begins to appreciate the value of his own life. Realizing he wants to live, George returns to his family, where the townspeople come together to help him in his time of need. In a heartwarming conclusion, George's friends and family raise enough money to save save him from financial ruin. The film ends with a joyful Christmas celebration and the ringing of a bell, symbolizing that every life has a significant impact, and when that bell rings, an angel gets their wings. This film may be the most beloved and most watched of all Christmas films. Although from a different era, it is still a film that transcends generations, giving it the longevity and cultural impact it has held for so many decades. A holiday classic celebrated for its themes of compassion, community, and the idea that every person's life has inherent worth and contributes to the well-being of others.
Yay! Yay! Hello, Bedford Falls! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, George! Merry Christmas, George!
Number 7, Fredclaus.
How old are you?
9.
9? And you have a 55-inch plasma TV in your room?
Santa got it for me for Christmas last year.
Yeah, well, the big guy in the red suit's not looking out for your future, is he? You're gonna get hooked on that thing. I can see it now. 16,000 bags of Cheetos later, you wake up, you're 35, you're overweight, you're crying about your life in front of the soaps. I just did you a favor. You get outside, you play around, you make some friends, play kick the can, do some athletic stuff, you go to school, you're comfortable to play sports, you get a partial scholarship. Do you have any ethnic in your background, any ethnicity at all in your background? I bet you do. It's America. Do you know what I mean? Find out what it is and put that down on the application for college. Now all of a sudden you get a little extra money on the side. Uncle Sam's none the wiser for it. You take that extra money, you buy a motorcycle or something, be a lady. Maybe meet a guy when you're at school. And then you'll get pregnant with child. It works out with the guy, it doesn't work out with the guy. Who cares? You're blessed to have that kid in your life. You're gonna be athletic, you're gonna be a moderate to lukewarm student, and you're gonna have a child before you graduate college. And who are you gonna have to thank for all that? Not the big guy in the red suit, but your pal Fred.
Oh!
This 2007 Christmas comedy, directed by David Dobkin, centers around Fred Claus, played by Vince Vaughn, the bitter and resentful older brother of Santa Claus, played by Paul Giamatti. Fred is a fast-talking, down-on-his-luck repo man living in Chicago, facing financial problems and needing bail money. Fred needs to turn to his brother Santa for a loan. Santa agrees, but only if Fred comes to the North Pole and helps out during the busy Christmas season. Fred reluctantly agrees, and chaos ensues as his unorthodox behavior clashes with the North Pole's festive traditions. Complicating matters, an efficiency expert named Clyde Northcutt, played by Kevin Spacey, threatens to shut down Santa's operation if he doesn't meet certain productivity targets. This puts Santa in a difficult position as he struggles to balance the demands of the North Pole with his strained relationship with Fred. As the story unfolds, Fred begins to understand the importance of family and the true meaning of Christmas. He forms a connection with Santa's head elf, Willie. Together they must work to save Christmas because Santa is physically injured and unable to deliver presents, leaving Fred the only living Claus that can substitute for jolly old Saint Nick. In the end, Fred's efforts lead to a heartwarming reconciliation with Santa that is both touching and emotional. The film combines humor, family dysfunction, and the magic of Christmas to deliver an over-the-top alternate telling of the story of how Christmas came to be.
One man's gonna walk away from this thing, and I promise it's gonna be the lightning quick dude with the big yellow things in his hand. Dig it?
Number 6, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Excuse me.
Hello, little girl.
How dare you enter the Grinch's lair? The impudence, the audacity, the unmitigated gall. You've called down the thunder. Now get ready for the
Mr. Grinch. My name is Cindy Lou Who.
You see? Even now, the terror is welling up inside you.
I'm not scared.
Denial is to be expected in the face of pure evil.
This live-action film, released in 2000, directed by Ron Howard and starring Jim Carrey as the Grinch, is based on Dr. Seuss's beloved children's book. The Grinch, a green and grouchy creature with a heart 2 sizes too small, despises the Christmas festivities in the cheerful town of Whoville. The Who's, led by Mayor Augustus Mayhew, played by Jeffrey Tambor, and Cindy Lou Who, played by Taylor Momsen, are enthusiastic about celebrating the holiday with decorations, gifts, and parties. It turns out that the Grinch was embarrassed in his childhood past by the then children of Whoville, causing him to declare his hatred for the holiday and his self-imposed exile on Mount Crumpet. The Grinch attempts to reconnect with Whoville by participating in some of the Christmas festivities, but it just doesn't work out right. After a new insult from the mayor, the Grinch wreaks havoc on the town and flees back to his cave. Feeling increasingly irritated by the holiday cheer, the Grinch concocts a plan to steal Christmas from Whoville. Disguised as Santa Claus, he descends upon the town on Christmas Eve with his loyal dog Max. He proceeds to steal all the decorations, presents, and even the Christmas feast, intending to stop Christmas from ever coming. After succeeding in his schemes, the Grinch, ready to hurl all the Christmas decorations and presents off the mountaintop, hears the citizens of Whoville caroling. In that moment, he begins to realize that there's a difference between materialism and the spirit of goodwill and community. In a spark of redemption, the Grinch does have a change of heart and returns all the stolen items to Whoville. The Grinch joins the festivities, and his heart grows 3 sizes, symbolizing his transformation from a cynical character to one who understands and appreciates the joys of the holiday season. This is a role that was tailor-made for Jim Carrey's talents, and along with the magnificent set design, it visually and narratively delivers on the original themes made famous by Dr. Seuss so many years ago.
Mistletoe. Now pucker up and kiss it, Whoville! Uh-oh. Somebody's fabulous! All right, your turn, dog. Let's go. Excuse me, old-timer. Mind if I wet my whistle? Well, that's some good stuff. Burn, baby! Burn!
Number 5, Trading Places.
Who's that? Who's there? What you want? Police. We've had some complaints about con men pretending to be blind and crippled. Oh, I'd love to help you, man, but I ain't seen nothing since I stepped on that landmine in Viet Cong back in '72. It was rough, very painful.
You were in Nam? So were we. Where?
I was in Sang Bang, Dangang. I was all over that place, basically, a lot of places.
What unit were you in?
I was with the Green Beret, Special Unit Battalion's Commando Airborne Tactics, Specialist Tactics Unit Battalion. Yeah, it was real hush-hush. I was Agent Orange, that was my name, Agent Orange, Special Agent Orange, that was me. Airborne, huh? I can see! I have legs! Oh, shit, look at this! Man, I can walk! Jesus! Praise Jesus! I appreciate this. Oh, this is beautiful. I can't believe. Thank you. I just don't know what to do.
This 1983 comedy film, directed by John Landis, centers around 2 characters: Louis Winthrop III, played by Dan Aykroyd, Billy Ray Valentine, played by Eddie Murphy, with the backdrop of the holiday season on full display. Louis is a wealthy and successful commodities broker working for the wealthy Duke brothers, Randolph and Mortimer. Billy Ray, on the other hand, is a street-smart hustler living in poverty. The Duke brothers make a bet on the theory of nature versus nurture, wondering if they can reverse the fortunes of the 2 men by having them trade environments and circumstances unbeknownst to Louis or Billy Ray. They orchestrate Louis's downfall by framing him for a crime he didn't commit, causing him to lose his job, his home, and his fiancée. Simultaneously, they elevate Billy Ray by providing him with Louis's former job, his former home, and his social status. After a series of cultural and social conflicts, both Billy Ray and Louis realize that they are ill-equipped to understand the worlds they now inhabit. Louis, desperate and homeless, crosses paths with Billy Ray, and the two join forces to uncover the Duke brothers' scheme. And with the help of Ophelia, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, a prostitute with a heart of gold, they set out to turn the tables on the Dukes. The climax of the film takes place during the trading of frozen concentrated orange juice futures on the commodities market. Louis and Billy Ray interfere with the Duke brothers' stock manipulation, leading to financial ruin for the Dukes. And in the end, Louis, Billy Ray, and Ophelia come out victorious, and the film concludes with the Duke brothers receiving their comeuppance. Celebrated for its sharp social commentary, satirical take on class distinctions, and the comedic chemistry between its lead actors, this film is not only a great Christmas film for the adults in the room, but one of the great comedy classics of all time.
Where you going? You idiot! Get back in there at once and sell! But I didn't.
Five?
Yeah, that's 200. Thanks, brother.
100?
Oh, that was 100.
100?
So did you get the 100?
Oh, that was 100 lots.
100?
That's 25.
Number 4. The Nightmare Before Christmas. This 1993 stop-motion animated film, directed by Henry Selick and produced by Tim Burton, is set in Halloween Town, a place where all things spooky and ghoulish come to life, and led by the Pumpkin King, Jack Skellington. Jack grows tired of the same Halloween routine and accidentally stumbles upon Christmas Town, a world filled with joy and festivities. Enamored by the Christmas spirit, Jack decides to bring Christmas to Halloween Town and take over the role of Santa Claus. He enlists the help of Lock, Stock, and Barrel, henchmen of the evil Oogie Boogie, to kidnap and keep Santa Claus hostage while the town executes Jack's transformative plan. He, along with the inhabitants of Halloween Town, create their own version of Christmas with a dark and spooky twist. Despite their best intentions, Jack's Christmas doesn't go as planned, leading to confusion, fear, and chaos among the children and adults who receive the unusual gifts. Sally, a stitched-together creation who has feelings for Jack, tries to warn him about the potential disaster. And as the confusion unfolds, Jack realizes the importance of staying true to one's nature and appreciating the uniqueness of each holiday. He sets out to rescue Santa Claus and save Christmas, acknowledging that he may not fully understand the true spirit of the holiday. And in the end, Jack finds his way back to Halloween Town, appreciating the magic of his own holiday. The film concludes with Jack and Sally sharing a touching moment, emphasizing the acceptance of who they are. Imaginative animation, memorable characters, and a blend of dark and whimsical elements have made The Nightmare Before Christmas a beloved holiday classic.
here. Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. This can't be the right guy. He's ancient. He's ugly. I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first.
Number 3. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
This ought to do it.
Oh! Ella, I fixed it! God! Everybody come out quick! Look at the lights! Go out there again like that.
Maybe he's not a tad at it. Get a towel.
Wait a minute! I don't believe it!
What's all the yelling about?
What the... What's going on here?
25,000 twinkle lights. What's he doing, Clark?
I haven't the foggiest.
This 1989 holiday comedy film follows the Griswold family, led by the bumbling yet lovable Clark W. Griswold, played by Chevy Chase, as they attempt to create the perfect Christmas celebration. Clark is determined to have the ideal Christmas with his wife Ellen and their 2 children, Rusty and Audrey. However, his plans quickly spiral out of control. The family's home is adorned with an excessive and blinding number of Christmas lights, and the arrival of various relatives, including the obnoxious cousin Eddie, adds to the mayhem. Everything seems to be working against Clark, from his uptight neighbors, his cynical family members, his own unbridled enthusiasm, and his inability to see when he's gone just too far over the edge. Nothing seems to be as perfect in reality as Clark pictures it in his own mind. Clark's optimistic vision of the holiday is continually thwarted by a series of comedic disasters, from an ill-fated Christmas tree cutting experience to a malfunctioning outdoor lighting display. Clark's efforts to create a magical holiday atmosphere consistently result in humorous and often destructive outcomes. As the turmoil intensifies, the Griswold family faces other mishaps, including a kidnapping, an explosion, a rabid squirrel, and an unexpected visit from the police. But despite these setbacks, the family comes together to celebrate Christmas in their own unique way. The film's climax features the arrival of Clark's Christmas bonus, which he hopes to use to finally install a swimming pool. However, the bonus is not what he expected and leads to a meltdown and one of cinema's most memorable rants. Chevy Chase's iconic performance and its portrayal of the chaotic yet enduring nature of family holiday gatherings has made this film a staple of holiday viewing for the last quarter of a century.
Hey! If any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people, and I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Number 2. Home Alone.
Who is it?
It's Little Nero, sir. I have your pizza.
Leave it on the doorstep and get the hell out of here.
Okay. Well, what about the money?
What money?
Well, you have to pay for your pizza, sir.
Is that a fact? How much do I owe you?
That'll be $11.80, sir.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Cheapskate.
Hey, I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10.
This 1990 family comedy, directed by Chris Columbus and written by John Hughes, centers around an 8-year-old boy named Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin. Kevin is often ridiculed by his brothers and sisters and treated poorly by the adults, causing Kevin to wish that he was all alone. And as the family hurriedly rushes around one morning in order to catch a flight to Paris to celebrate Christmas, Kevin is accidentally left behind. Initially reveling in his newfound freedom from shopping on his own, taking care of the house, and making friends with his neighbor, Kevin soon realizes that two burglars, Harry, played by Joe Pesci, and Marv, played by Daniel Stern, plan to rob his house. After first fooling these burglars into thinking the house is still occupied by the entire family, Kevin's predicament is revealed to Harry and Marv, who are now personally invested in not only robbing the home, but exacting revenge on Kevin himself. Determined to protect his home, Kevin sets up a series of booby traps to thwart the burglars. While Kevin takes on the burglars, his mother, played by Catherine O'Hara, desperately tries to return home upon realizing that Kevin is missing. Meanwhile, Kevin learns the values of family and the importance of not taking them for granted. The film climaxes with a series of comical yet elaborate traps set by Kevin, resulting in Harry and Marv enduring various injuries. Ultimately, the burglars are captured by the police, and Kevin is reunited with his family on Christmas morning. With enduring humor, heartwarming moments, and the clever ingenuity of a young boy defending his home, Macaulay Culkin's performance as Kevin became iconic in the 90s. And the film has become a beloved Christmas classic.
That's it, you little. Oh, not this time. You little rat. Creepy, where are you?
Number 1. Scrooged.
I am the youngest president in the history of television for a reason. I know the people.
Well, granted, but the people already want to watch the show.
That isn't good enough! They have got to be so scared to miss it, so terrified! Now, if I were in charge, and I am, perhaps I can help you. Here's the kind of thing I would have done. Grace, cue it up.
Acid rain. Drug addiction. International terrorism. Freeway killers. Now, more than ever,
It is important to remember the true meaning
of Christmas. Don't miss Charles Dickens' immortal classic, Scrooged. Your life might just depend on it.
George C. Scott, Sir Patrick Stewart, Michael Caine, Reginald Owen, and Scrooge McDuck have all had magnificent turns playing Ebenezer Scrooge from Charles Dickens' timeless story, A Christmas Carol. However, none have portrayed the character in quite the way as Bill Murray. Scrooge is a 1988 modern-day adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol and directed by Richard Donner. The film follows Frank Cross, a heartless and cynical television executive, as he prepares a live production of A Christmas Carol for his network on Christmas Eve. Frank is a workaholic who cares more about ratings than the well-being of his employees or the true meaning of Christmas. He fires an assistant for merely suggesting a more traditional and heartwarming approach to the holiday special. He embodies the modern equivalent of Ebenezer Scrooge in favor of one that puts spectacle and showmanship first. Confronted by his former and much deceased boss, Lou Hayward, Frank is warned about the path that he's on and the dangers of leaving charity and goodwill behind. Lou tells Frank that he needs to learn the errors of his ways and make a change for the better. And as Frank prepares for the live broadcast, he is visited by three ghosts who aim to show him exactly where he lost his moral compass. The Ghost of Christmas Past takes Frank on a journey through his childhood and his early adulthood, revealing the origin of his bitterness and a detachment from the holiday spirit. The Ghost of Christmas Present shows him the impact of his actions on those around him, particularly his overworked assistant and his underappreciated brother. The Ghost of Christmas Future presents a grim vision of Frank's lonely death, emphasizing the consequences of his callous behavior. And terrified by the potential outcome, Frank pleads for a second chance at life. In a moment of redemption, Frank starts to change his ways. On live television, he delivers a heartfelt speech about the true meaning of Christmas and the importance of love and compassion. Reconnecting with his lost humanity, Frank reaches out to those he has hurt and starts rebuilding relationships. The film concludes with a joyous and heartwarming Christmas celebration, showcasing Frank's transformation from a heartless executive to a person who values love, family, and generosity. Scrooge showcases Bill Murray at his finest, with both acidic comedic wit and the ability to deliver authentic emotional moments. A Christmas Carol may be the most popular and most performed Christmas story next to the Bible itself. And if you're looking to revisit that story or see it for the first time, Scrooged will give you everything you need to put you in the holiday mood.
Hello, Frank. I'm the Ghost of Christmas Present.
I had a funny feeling. Why did you do that?
Sometimes you have to slap them in the face just to get their attention.
Fine. Slap me in the face. But you kicked me in the balls.
Hush, Frank. It's time to begin our journey. Now, close your eyes and think.
No. You close your eyes.
Oh, no.
I'm through.
Don't be quarrelsome. Close your eyes. And think of snowflakes and moonbeams and whiskers on Kip. No picking. Of rainbows, forget-me-nots, of misty meadows and sun-dappled pools. Oh, look. There's Mr. Hedgehog. I wonder where he's going. Perhaps to Harlem!
And that's my list. What do you think? Is there a holiday movie on your list that was not here? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you and your loved ones have a wonderful next few weeks celebrating and enjoying the holiday season. And for me and my family, to you and yours, happy holidays. And from south of the border, I am still your reluctant gringo. Salud and Huevo.